We're going to be making cheesy bean and rice burritos, and Michaela is going to be our cook for the rice. All right, babe, turn on the fire.
Okay, this?
Yep, that's the right one. That's not right. There you go. All right, turn it down. Very good. All right, we're going to saute 2 tablespoons of butter over pretty high heat. And we're going to add in 1 small diced onion. Dice it super fine so that it looks like part of the rice when it's cooked. Be very careful. I'm going to saute that for about 2 minutes. Nice and fragrant. Add in 4 cups of water. Preferably hot water, because this will help it come back to a boil. We're going to bring this to a boil. We're going to add in 2 teaspoons of chicken bouillon. 2 teaspoons of basil. Dump it in. It smells good already. And 2 cups of rice. And you're going to bring this mixture to a boil. All right, now that your rice has come to a boil, you're just going to put a lid on that and watch it real closely at this point, or it'll boil over. And then we're going to turn it down to a simmer. And then we're going to set the timer for 10 minutes. Do not lift the lid and do not stir it. We're just going to leave it alone for 10 minutes. All right, now that your 10-minute timer is done cooking, all you're going to do is leave it the heck alone. Turn that fire off. Do not stir it. Do not lift the lid. Now set your timer for 10 minutes again. And don't touch it. All right, so now that your second 10-minute timer is going off, now you can lift the lid. Make sure it's hot, hot, hot. You might want to use a mitt for this. Get all that steam dripped back in from the lid. And this is where you're just going to give it a little fluff. If I can get my spoon, it's stuck in the holder. All right, then you're just going to carefully, you're just going to want to fluff like 1 inch down at a time. Oh, thank you. Until you get a little deeper, and a little deeper, and a little deeper. Just want to carefully do it so you don't mush your rice. Lid back on there. You're going to add 2 cans, which is 16 ounces each, or 2 pounds, into this here bowl. And we're going to mix in a 1/4 cup of salsa. Make sure it's the chunky stuff. That'll give it more flavor. Then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of chili powder. And then we're going to mix this all together until it's thoroughly combined. Now we're going to start assembling those tortillas. You're going to need, or those burritos. You're going to need yourself a helper for sprinkling the cheese.
Yeah, well, I eat the yummy
And
cheese.
she's eating all the cheese instead of waiting for help so you can help Grandma. Okay.
I eat the cheese.
No more. You're going to be full on cheese before dinner's ready. No. Okay, so you're going to want 10 medium-sized flour tortillas and 2 cups of shredded cheddar. Sharp is way better. And maybe a little bit extra so that your granddaughter can eat some of it while you're putting it together. A scoop of the bean mixture. It's going to be about a 1/4 cup of bean mixture. Yes. And one side you're going to want to leave about 1 inch from the end of the tortilla. Your oven started. Set that to 350 degrees and get yourself out a nice cookie sheet. And you're just gonna spread about a quarter of a cup of rice on there. Okay, now it's time for cheese. Mayday. Hello, where's my helper? I need some cheese. We need some cheese. Okay, you're just gonna roll it up like this, and then when you get down to the end, you're gonna do like a little triangular fold and another little triangular fold, and then hold it tight while you roll. And then you're gonna put this seam side down right over here in a nice straight line. I think you're done helping because you're just eating all the cheese and not helping. You're awful. And Kayla wants to make her own burrito. Oh, that's enough. Not too much rice or we won't be able to wrap it up. Now some cheese. Oh, that's a lot of cheese, honey. No, no, save some for everybody else. No! You're horrible. Got those all 10 of them wrapped up. Just gonna give them just a slight press to make sure they're all nice and tight in their little sleeping bags here. Just nice soft squish. Our oven's fully preheated. And then we're gonna spray the top down, or you could use melted butter. But I got peanut oil in a spray here. We're just gonna spray the tops really nice, and you could use a brush for this if you wanted to, but I like to touch my food. You just rub it all around like that. Okay, and then we're going to bake that for 15 minutes. And meanwhile, we have all this extra cheese and a little extra rice, and we're going to mix that all together. We're going to serve that up as a side dish. And serve that up with some of that leftover cheesy basil rice and a big serving of salsa for dipping your burritos into and for pouring on your rice. All right. See you next time.
You've been my star, and I'd be your sky.